What's up, YouTube? For today's video, with a full Dunsparce evolution and forms team, I'll be using Dunsparce, Dudunsparce, and I'll be using the different segments of the Dunsparce. So the 2 segment and the 3 segment. I'll be using the normals and the shinies to make up an entire team of 6. This is actually a pretty fun team to use, but it had quite a few weaknesses, which gave it a good challenge. I've been meaning to do this one for a while, but I wanted to make sure I had all the Dunsparce before I did that. Let's get into these people. We got 3 battles today. First battle, this one is against Oscar. This was on the Poke Portal. If you enjoyed the videos, people, hit that like button. It's not going to hit itself. So we got a Dunsparce here, the Dunsparce, and this is a Ancient Power set. So I've got Ancient Power, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Boom Burst. Now Serena's going to be going for a high jump kick out, and the second high jump kick is going to miss, which is awesome. So they knew that I had a team entirely weak to fighting type moves, so that was kind of handy, the Serena actually missing high jump kick there. And I'm going to finish it off with a quick little Ice Beam. So that's a very, very good start to the battle. Next Pokemon here is going to be Garchomp, and then Garchomp used Sludge Bomb. I'm like, what? He used Sludge Bomb? Hang on, something isn't right here. So the Dunsparce is going to get poisoned. I'm going to fire an Ice Beam at the Garchomp, but the Garchomp got Freeze Axe, but then when it was Freeze Axe, right, it did a transformation and turned into a tiny Zoroark. What is going on? Why is that Zoroark so small? It's like a micro, it's a micro Zoroark. What were they thinking? Anyway, so I'm going to swap the I fainted from that micro Zoroark there, and I'm going to go into the Dunsparce. This is the 3-segment one here. Sorry, the 2-segment. I can't count. This is how you count, people. 1, 2, 3. You're learning things. Anyway, so I'm going to hit there by a Night Daze. Rattled is going to kick in, which is really cool, boosting my speed. So I'm going to go for my signature move here on the Dunsparce, which is the Hyper Drill, and this is like a physical set. We've got Zen Headbutt, Ice Spinner, and Earthquake. Ability is going to be Rattled, and I gave it Citrus Berry as the item. Max Health and Max Attack out of Nature. So we got a massive Aura Sphere hitting the Dunsparce right in the face there, unfortunately, from Armorage. I'm just going to live, which is really, really cool. And now I can go for the Earthquake and do some really good damage here. I wasn't sure whether I'd take it out, and unfortunately, I did not. And on top of that, it had the weak armor, and on top of that, too, it had a weakness policy. So it was very, very bad, because this has got a powerful fighting type move on top of a +2 in special attacks. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do here. Like, how can I get around this, like, clean counter to my team? So that's the end of the second Dudunsparce there. We're going to go into the third Dudunsparce. Let me know what you think of the Dudunsparce as well in the comment section. Were you happy with its evolution? So this is my only hope here. My only hope is a Terra Ghost Astonished Dudunsparce only on People I Show here. You won't see this content anywhere else, trust me. Now, this set actually saved me a lot of times. I know when you look at the set, I know it looks terrible. It is terrible, but it actually did save me quite a few times. So this is a Coil, Roost, Body Slam, and Astonish set. Serene Grace as the ability. Item is going to be leftover. So we played them like a fiddle there with the Ghost type. And now I can go for a Terra Astonish. And this is amazing, right? I took out the Armorage in one shot, which is beautiful there. That was very, very good. If it didn't have a weak armor, it probably wouldn't have fainted it. So the next Pokemon is going to be the Garchomp. This time it's not like a tiny miniature Zoroark, and it's going to be going for a Crunch, considering I'm now a Ghost type there. However, I do take that pretty well. The Dunsparce has got a pretty good amount of health there, and it has the ability to go for Body Slams and Paralyze. It's quite similar. It runs fairly similar to normal Dunsparce, except it's got like more bulk to it and hits a bit harder. So now Garchomp is going to get Paralyzed there. I actually went for Astonish here because I thought I had a chance of actually outspeeding, but even though with the Paralyzed, Garchomp still outsped me there. But yeah, speaking of, I'll tell you my opinion on Dunsparce's evolution. I think the tail thing's kind of cool, how they added the different segments, but I feel it's a missed opportunity. They could have made it into a big flying dragon, you know. They could have given it 69 segments. You know, what do you think? Tell me what you think about the Dunsparce's evolution. I was a little bit disappointed. I felt like it was a missed opportunity, but I know there's going to be some people out there, that like it, that dislike it and stuff, but I always like to hear people's opinions. Anyway, the Dunsparce is going to get chomped by another Crunch. I should have just gone for you know, body slam over and over there, but I tried to outspeed and get the troll flinch, but it never happened. Next Pokemon is going to be Dudunsparce. This is the 2-segment one, so I've got 2 segments and 2 3-segments. Is anyone going for the 3-segment shiny? Have you got it yet? Let me know there. So anyway, this is my, this is probably one of the evilest sets on my team here. This is sort of plays like the old Dunsparce set, but it's got a bit more bulk. So I've got an agility headbutt set here. So with Serene Gray's headbutt is going to double in the chance it flinches, so it's like 60%. Out comes Bomb Water. What the heck is the name for that? What was going through their mind? So I thought, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to try and make them solid. So I'm going to go for Headbutt here. Headbutt's not doing a lot there, but I'm getting lots of flinches in a row. It's like a really good chance right there. So go for another Headbutt. That's 3 in a row that I got flinches from. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go for the Drill Run here. The coast is clear. And yeah, that's the end of your boy Billy Bongwater. Now, this set is a physical sweeper, and it's got Headbutt, Zen Headbutt, Drill Run, and Agility. I've got Bright Powder as the item, Max Attack, and Max Speed, Adam and Nature. So now their last Pokemon is going to be Charizard here, and this is going to be a Terra, and it's a Terra Fire. I'm actually not really terrified because I'm going to get some flinches here, hopefully. That's what I was hoping for anyway. So Charizard's gone for the Terra. I've gone for the Headbutt. The first one was a flinch. Oh, they got to be salty. So go for another Headbutt here. Charizard gets through the scum and pulls a Focus Blast out of the fire, and the Dunsparce have lived on 7 health. I'm going to go for a Disrespect Drill Run here, but my opponent has hit the run button or the cancel button, and that's it, people. That is the end of the first battle. Holy smokes, that the Dunsparce is just dirty with Headbutt. It's crazy. All right, let's get on to battle number 2 here. This is the battle against Gene. Man, I've worn Genes in about 69 years. So we got a Iron Valiant lead. Now, this is, I had a lot of battles with this team, right? Now, people, like, there was this one person who had close combat on every Pokemon, and I almost beat them. Unfortunately, they had a very good counter there at the end, and I ended up sweeping my team. Wasn't really the exciting battle, but it was a crazy battle to about half to 3/4 of the way there. Then they sort of just pressed the A button with their forehead. Anyway, back to the battle here. Obviously, fighting type Pokemon are really strong against this team, and I could really only Terra one, so I Terra it into a Ghost type. So funnily enough here, the Dunsparce is causing them a little bit of pain here, and now they're going to go into King Gambit. So I went for a Zen Headbutt. Obviously, that's not going to work. It was good against the Iron Valiant then. So I'm going to be going for a Drill Run here. Good damage. It's about a 3-hit KO. Unfortunately there, I'm going to get taken out by a Brick Break. But that was still a good performance there by the Dunsparce. Now, my next set here is going to be also a Dunsparce, and this is the 2-segment one. Let me look up this set. Oh, this is the Hyper Drill Run. So this is the Max Attack set, and we've gotten this as a Citrus Berry. I was thinking about running Chopple Berry on here too, but I decided against it. So now we're going to get hit by a Brick Break here. It's a 3-hit KO, which is really good. This Pokemon's quite tanky, you know. It's like Dunsparce, but bulkier, right? Anyway, we're going to go for an Earthquake there. That is the end of the King Gambit, which is really, really good. That's a, Steel-type Pokemon made it difficult too, obviously, with my typing. So next Pokemon there, we've got the King Valiant coming. So the Iron Valiant. That's the King Valiant. That's actually a good name. It's like a cross between the King Gambit and the Iron Valiant, but you call it King Valiant. Man, I've come up with these fire names today. So we've got a Terra here, and I'm going to go for a Terra because I want to get around this Pokemon. It's too much of a threat. So I've got Terra Psychic here. I thought Terra Psychic would be a good idea to be able to take those close combats and Drain Punch and then hit hard back with the Psychic type move. So Drain Punch is going to do donkeys, which is excellent. And now I can get rid of this Pokemon because it really is a good counter to my entire team. I'm going to be eating my Citrus Berry first here, and then I can hit hard back with the Zen Headbutt. I was a little bit worried that I might miss, but thank goodness it didn't happen, and Iron Valiant is going to faint. So that's sort of like 2 counter Pokemon out the way at the start of the battle. So I was pretty happy about that. I was looking at the team preview at the start of the battle, thinking how I was going to get around that. Okay, now the next Pokemon to come out here is going to be the Lycanroc. So Lycanroc is going to go for Crunch, and Crunch does not take me out there. I've just got too much bulk. Rattled is going to activate to giving me another speed boost, which is really cool. I'm going to go for Earthquake here, and Lycanroc is going to go down. So that's half the team gone already. So things are going like really, really well. So the next Pokemon to come out here after I do my little Dudunsparce like raw thing is going to be Palafin. So Palafin's going to go for a Flip Turn here. Flip Turn is going to be enough to take me out. And, you know, the Palafin will be coming back in later in its little hero form there. But a solid performance here by the Dunsparce 2 segment. Now, we're going to have a little swap there. Now, I was thinking in the first battle, I didn't get to show you my Dunsparces. In this battle, I get to show them to their fullest Extremis set. Now, the next Pokemon is going to be the Dunsparce here. We got old Baxcalibur. So I've got the Ancient Power Assault Vest set. And we're going to go for Ancient Power to try and get some boost. So they're going to have the Body Press, which is a pretty good move there. But the thing is, I'm very, very bulky, so I'm able to live that kind of well. Ancient Power here was the idea to get them boost, and I got one right away. With the Serene Grace, that's going to actually double the chance of Ancient Power getting a boost. So it's going from its normal 10% chance to 20% chance. And that actually makes a very, very big difference. So now I can go for a Stab Boom Burst here, which is actually low-key strong. I've got max health and max special attack, modest nature. I mean, 85 base in special attack isn't like super amazing, but you know, after one boost and a powerful, you know, normal type move, it's pretty strong. So now we got the Palafin going for a Jet Punch here. I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt almost takes that. It was very, very close. Now you watch this. It's a mix set. It's got Ice Beam. It critted me, and then I went for Ancient Power, but didn't miss. I'm like, what? It's a Bright Power to Palafin. So I never saw that one coming. Now they're going to go for a squiggly Aqua Tail, not an Iron Tail. And that is the end of Dunsparce there. Oh, sorry, the Dunsparce. Now I'm going to bring in my Dunsparce. Man, this team is challenging me. All these Pokemon that are named the same. So this is a special bulky boosting Dunsparce. This thing is really, really tanky with Everlight. It's crazy, crazy tanky. So this is Max Health, Max Defense, Bold Nature. I've got Calm Mind, Ice Beam, Roost, and Shadow Ball. And of course, Everlight as the item and Serene Grace as the ability. So I can go for them Shadow Balls. And also Shadow Ball has a 40% chance of dropping the special defense now that it's doubled. And Ice Beam has a 20% chance of freeze, which is pretty cool. So now we've got a Night Slash Cerulege here. That's doing nothing to me. I can easily take this out, or so I thought. So I'm going to keep going for the Shadow Ball there. I'm hoping for a special defense drop, and you know, that'll really speed things up. I could just keep going for that. And now my opponent is going to be going for a Terra here. Now, the type they're going to Terra into is a flying type. So I'm like, that's interesting. A flying Cerulege. I wonder what they're going to be trying to do here. So now they're going to go for Bitter Blade. Bitter Blade is going to be hitting a little bit harder. The thing about Bitter Blade, it does give them health recovery. So if I don't get a special defense like drop air or boost my special attack with Calm Mind, it's going to probably take a little while to take this Pokemon out. Unfortunately, I felt like I didn't have enough time to go for that because it just one-shotted me the next turn. So that's the end of Dunsparce. But I've still got another Dunsparce in the back here, you know, to use and that sort of thing. So bye-bye Dunsparce. A solid performance there, but unfortunately it's a little bit too bulky because I didn't get a chance to set those up. Now the next Pokemon is going to be the 3 segment, the Dunsparce here. Now this is my Coil Roost Body Slam Astonish set. You've already seen this in action before. It's an absolute unit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get a Paralyze here. Now Bitter Blade is doing a good amount of damage to me, and it is healing back Cerulege kind of nicely. So I'm like, I need to do something. I really have to... I either have to try and take it up my Dunsparce with Paralysis or try and use my last Dunsparce to, you know, get some boost up here. But you haven't seen that set. I'll show you that in a little bit there. So unfortunately, I didn't get the Paralyze, and they can keep going for Bitter Blade over and over, getting the health back. I am doing a reasonable amount of damage here with Body Slam, but Bitter Blade is almost healing up the entirety of the damage that I was doing. So like, please get a Paralysis. I really, really need one. And then I got one, which is really cool. Now, Body Slam with the Serene Grace does a good amount, like has a really, really good chance to paralyze too. So you can most of the time you can count on it to get you what you need there. So it's got that 60% chance. So that's a very, very high chance for Body Slam paralyzing. So that's going to be the end of the Dunsparce there. I'm down to one more Dunsparce. There's a Palafin left on a tiny little bit of health there. It doesn't seem to have close combat. It's like a mix set, and we've got this Bitter Blade Cerulege. So I've got to try and take this thing out. Now, this last Dunsparce is a bulky stored power set. Obviously, it's walled by dark types, but there's no dark types to be seen, so I thought I may as well go for a couple of coils here to begin with. I want to be able to tank a few attacks, plus they do stack with stored power. Let me go over this build, the entirety of this build here. So I've got Everlight as the item. Obviously, we've got the ability Rattle. I've got Roost, Calm Mind, Coil, and Stored Power. So it's going to be very, very bulky you know, with Everlight. Now, the EV spread is going to be max health, of course, and I've given it bold nature and max special defense. So it's very, very tanky on both sides. And, you know, after a Calm Mind and a Coil, it can take a lot of hits, you know, and plus Rattle can, you know, obviously if you go for the Terror type, it's Psychic too, so people will be inclined to go for, like, you know, a Ghost type move on it, which is nice, or a Dark type move. So that way you can activate Rattle too, giving you speed boost. I actually think it's a pretty cool set. So give this a try if you there's no Dark types around there. Even Steel types, it will bust through them eventually because it's just so, like, stored power. It's just so powerful after a while. So I'm going to be boosting up here as much as I can. The second I get around this Sevaluche is, like, I probably can do, like, a one-shot. I really want to one-shot this Pokemon. So here comes another Bitter Blade here. The only thing I was worried about was it actually critical hitting me. If it did crit me, I was done, you know. There was no way I could probably live a crit. Mate, let's say I took it out that turn, then, you know, Palafin would definitely outspeed me and, you know, go for probably Aqua Tail or something like that. So I got all of my health back here. It's now time to actually start attacking this Pokemon. I've got a good amount of health back. Let's go for the Store Power. It lived on 1 health. It was so close. Now they're going to go for their final Bitter Blade. Bitter Blade is doing no damage at all, which is great. There was no critical hits there. I can simply go for another Stored Power and take the Sevaluche out. I just needed to get those boosts up there to assure that I wouldn't get wrecked by this Pokemon. I don't like to unnecessary stall when I don't have to, but in that case, I had to, you know, get some boosts up to do some damage. Last Pokemon is going to be Minnow, a little Minnow. It's going to go for its Ice Beam. Go for that Freeze Axe. It does not happen because you are not a Serene Ghost Dunsparce, and I can go and finish it off with the Stored Power. So that is the end of the game there. My opponent did pull back a fair bit there with their last Pokemon, but good game to Gene there. Let's get on to the third and final battle here. This is the battle against Agon Guy, and we've got a theme team here. I wonder if you can guess what this theme team is. Let me know about it in the comment section of the video, and if you're enjoying it so far, if you had a laugh, you're learning some new things there, or if you're laughing at me, anything, drop that like button there. It helps to spread out the video. So it's going to be going for a little bit of snow on the first turn there. I'm going to go for Ancient Power. I'm going to try and get them boosts up here. Now, granted, it's only a 20% chance, so it's not like, oh, you're going to get every time. It's just like a little bit more of a boost there, right? But after one Ancient Power, the Dunsparce is significantly bulky and it hits a lot harder. So this is a Sword Dance sweeping Arctobax here, which is cool. I think it's Everlight as well. And I'm going for Ancient Power, trying to get a boost, and I'm just not getting one. It's like, what is going on? So now it's going to hit me with a Dragon Claw. That does a lot of damage, almost taking me out there. But thank goodness I did enough damage to it earlier on with Ancient Powers. I would have got wrecked there. So now I've only got a little bit of health there, and out comes the Baxcalibur now. So you're probably thinking, is this a is this an evolution line? It's not an evolution line. So Dunsparce is going to get wrecked there. That was a special Baxcalibur too. Very nice. Now the snow is going to stop. The thing about if you haven't done a lot of Generation 9, or you just, you know, a casual Pokemon player or competitive and that sort of thing, Hail was replaced with Snowscape, right? And obviously, instead of getting hit by the Hail at any, like, at the end of any turn, obviously if you went an Ice type or whatever like that, or had Overcoat, it actually doesn't do that anymore, but it gives you a 1.5 boost if you're an Ice type. So it gives you a really good boost. So that's a mega buff to Ice type Pokemon. So anyway, my Dunsparce is going to get wrecked there by this Baxcalibur, this special set. So I'm in a little bit of trouble here. I got to swap in my next one. So this is the old 2-segment, the Dunsparce, and now it's going to go for a Draco Meteor. So I'm like, okay, that did half health. That was a good amount of damage, but, you know, their special attack is going to be really bad now. However, they've got a White Herb to get around that, so they can go for another attacking move. That's if it lived this turn with the Hyper Drill, which it's not going to. So that's the end of the Baxcalibur, which is cool there. That has the same, almost exactly the same animation as Horn Drill there, but Horn Drill is not in the game. All right, well, at least we don't have a Iron Barb. It's called Bong Water here. It's going to go for a power gem. It's a special set, and I'm going to be eating my my Citrus Berry here, so I just hang on, which is great. That means I can get one more attacking move off here, and I'm going to be going for Earthquake here. So Earthquake is going to be super effective. It lived on 1 health. What is going on? And now it's going to go for a Power Gem here, and the Dunsparce is going to faint. The opponent kept living on 1 health all the time. Like, doesn't matter what gen it is. It could be Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 9, Gen 69, anything. It's always going to happen. Now we're going to go into my 2-segment here, and they're going to go for a Power Gem again. So Power Tail Gem is like a 3-hit KO. I'm going to finish him off with a beautiful... Wait, that's a 3 segment. What am I talking about? I'm going to finish him off there with a nice little Disrespect Astonish there, which is good, you know? So that's 2 Pokemon down in a children's game of Pokemon. Next Pokemon is Garchomp. This was just the biggest pain in the backside. Like, this made the battle go for 69 years. You watch it. So, it's a Sandvale Garchomp. This time, it's not like a mini Zoroark. I don't know, out of like, it used to be this thing I played with as a child, but it might be a bit ahead of you people, but it was called Mighty Max, right? And they're like these tiny little figurines, like the super, super small little figurines, and you put them in like this little environment. I had this one that was like a shark, like, sort of like Garchomp, but like, you know, much bigger teeth, and you could put the little things in there. And there was even like another equivalent for like, it was like, I think it was like Polly Pocket or something like that, but when you know, you know. Anyway, but it was like a shark, and you could put these tiny little figurines in. That's what it reminded me of, like tiny, like mini little figurines. Anyway, so Garchomp's going to go for a Terra Electric type here, and I'm going to be terrified of this because it's got Sandvale, and it's only weak to one type of move. So they're going to go for a Terra Blast, which is going to be electric. That's doing a fairly good amount of damage to me. But if you look it up on Google, right, it's called, I'm pretty sure it was called Mighty Max. And it was like this shark, and it would close. There was like a little stingray inside of it. There was like a little octopus thing. Yeah, it was, I'm feeling very old right now. Anyway, that's going to be the end of my Dunsparce to a Terra Blast. I've got 2 more Pokemon left. And both of those Pokemon remaining are going to be 2 Dunsparces. So, as you know, these Dunsparces take a little bit of time to build up their stats. And the opponent also had Sand Attack too. So, it's just a pain in the backside, right? They're dropping my accuracy. They've got Sandvale with a Sandstorm. Like, I've got to get around this. I'm thinking, okay, I have to land one big hit against this. If I can land one shot and do a lot of damage, I should be able to take it out. Now, the Sand is gone too, which is good there. So, Sandvale at least isn't going to be into effect. And Terra Blast is about a 4-hit KO, something like that. So, I was like, let's set up the Calm Minds here. I should be able to one-shot this and get some good damage. You know, that's what I was thinking anyway. There was a lot of other Pokemon here remaining. So Terra Blast is going to be I guess that's the go-to move of the Garchomp, its best move here. I don't know whether they've got stuff invested in bulk at all. I'd imagine they probably would, probably like speed and bulk, because that probably should do like a little bit more damage. Anyway, so Outgo, instead of Scunner, that should be Scummer, but I know why they couldn't nickname it that, muck backwards. So we got the Skeledirge coming in here. Now, Skeledirge actually isn't a bad matchup for this, because I've got an idea. What I'm going to do here is go for the Terra Ghost, and I'm hoping that the Skeledirge will go for a Ghost-type move against me and activate Rattle, because that'll make my Dunsparce faster. I don't know whether I'll be able to outspeed Garchomp. I'm probably going to need, like, you know, 2 of them. So we're going to go into that, Terra Psychic. What am I talking about? I know I said Terra Ghost, Terra Psychic, and we can go for Stored Power here. So that does good damage, but Skeledirge is super, super thick. So now the Skeledirge is going to go for a Shadow Ball here, and that is going to activate my ability, which is great. Unfortunately, it drops my special defense there, but I don't think it's really going to matter too much, because I can, you know, beat this next turn. So going for that Psychic Stored Power Dunsparce there, and that is the end of the Skeledirge, which is good there. But the main problem still persists. That is this Garchomp for early on. So out comes Scummer here, and I know that it's probably going to set the Sandstorm up again. It's like, here we go again. We have to beat this stupid Garchomp. Now, there's one more Pokemon left there as well. So Stored Power is going to miss, of course. I'm starting to get a little bit salty at the moment. And now it's going to start spamming Sand Attack like 100 turns in a row. At this stage, since I've got so many Calm Minds up, I didn't really want to swap, you know? So I landed my attack here, and it still lived. I'm like, yep, that's got some good bulk about it. So now it's going to have Earthquake on top of that as well. Dunsparce is going to eat it like a snack. Unfortunately, Stored Power is going to miss this. So Garchomp only has like a little bit of health there, and unfortunately, so do I. So it's up to my last Dunsparce to try and take out this Garchomp plus the other Pokemon there. I had a bit of a plan, though. So we're going to go into the final Everlight Dunsparce here, and they're going to just keep going for Terra Blast here. So I was like, okay, let's see how much this actually does for me. This is very, very bulky. Now, this set is also Calm Mind. Like, I ran them really, really tanky. I feel like Everlight Dunsparce is a very, very good, probably one of the top Everlight Pokemon in my opinion now. Like, it's very, very bulky, and being a normal type too, it's got a lot of other support moves and move options too. So give it a try. Like, it's really, really good. So I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball here on the Garchomp. That is just enough to take it out, which is good there. I had to actually get a Calm Mind up there to take it, because I think I feel like Garchomp would have lived that one. So I'm going to get hit by the Sandstorm there. The last Pokemon on this team is going to be Iron Jugglers. Now, people have been roasting Iron Jugglers, saying it's not that good a Pokemon. It's all right, but I'd say it's not amazing, but it's not like... It's not bad, you know, sort of like in between there. Anyway, it's going to get hit by the Sandstorm here. I know what they're trying to do with Air Slash. I'm hoping that it doesn't happen. And I didn't get Flinch, and I could finish it off with Ice Beam there. And that is the end of the final third battle with the Dunsparce Evolution Forms team. Really hope you enjoyed this, people. There will be a moveset guide later on and some videos tomorrow. Peace out.